Lucy Thomas.
Hi, I'm Poppy Lewis.
We're sisters farming here on our family farm at Clerkenhill in Pembrokeshire, alongside our parents Richard and Dawn Lewis. We were both in education until we were 18 years old, and then from there I went travelling to Australia and New Zealand. While I was out there I worked on a 400 dairy herd in New Zealand, and then I went on to work in the outback in Australia. They were both really good experiences. I absolutely loved them both, and while I was out there that's when I realised farming is really what I wanted to do, so I came home then to work with my mum and dad.
Yeah, I've also had some opportunities to work on different farms. I went to Kent when I was 18 years old, and I worked on a 200 herd dairy farm there. I also went to America for 3 months with Young Farmers Club, and I was able to work on a dairy farm out there as well. So through working on those farms, we've managed to gain different skills that we can bring home here. And it's also really good to see how different people farm. And then yeah, I came home as well, and we started farming at roughly the same time here at Clerkenhill. We have a herd of 200 dairy cows, which we milk every day, twice a day, once at 5 a.m. and again at 4 p.m. We sell our milk to Totally Welsh, which is a factory literally 7 miles down the road, which is ideal for us. Our cows are producing around 6,500 litres a year each. We also rear our own replacement heifers, so they come into the herd each year then. And we also have some beef stock, which we sell on when they're about 18 months of age.
So we are a low-cost grass-based system. So we aim for early turnout, so our cows are out for 8 months of the year. So we'll be looking out to get the cows out onto fresh pasture end of February, beginning of March. And then once they're out, we back fence them all the time. So every single day they're going on to fresh pastures. So basically, so the cows are producing really good, high quality milk. It also means that the field they were on the day before has the best opportunity to grow back as quick as possible, the most natural way, so that, you know, there's a quick turnaround with the cows.
Yeah, and we run on a low concentrate diet as well. So the only concentrate the cows will have is the cake and corn they have in the parlour. Other than that, it's purely the grazing ground and the grass silage then that we feed through the winter. So we were born here at Clerkenhill, and we've lived here ever since. We've always been around the farm. We've had the most amazing role models, our parents. They've always been really active and they've led us the way. With regards to women in farming, our mum is the best inspiration we could possibly ask for. She's always been so heavily involved with all aspects on the farm, and she's just made it the norm for us. Like, we've never questioned women on farm, and she's just made it so easy to lead the way for us to go into the farming career ourselves.
So the farm came into the family back in 1943 when our great-granddad took on the farm as a tenancy. And then his son, our granddad, then got the opportunity to buy the farm in 1962, so he did. And then in 1969 they did a whole new setup up here then on the farm, brand new parlour at the time, cubicles, silage clamp, and that's when Clerkenhill then became the Lewis family farm. Last year in October 2020 we put in a brand new parlour, a 2448 Heribone, and it's been amazing. I always remember when I was a really young little girl, I put a full face of makeup on and I was going out to help my dad on the farm, and my sisters were laughing at me saying, "Why are you putting makeup on to go on the farm?" And to be fair, my dad said straight away, "It doesn't matter, that doesn't affect your farming ability, you can do whatever you want as long as it makes you happy." And that always kind of stuck with me, because it made me realise and it made me feel like it doesn't matter who you are, what you do, what you stand for, as long as you have the ambition to farm, that's all you need. And I think that was the best advice, because I was farming as who I am, and that's all you need to do as farm, is want to do it.
Yeah, definitely. The only advice I would have is just to absolutely go for it. Like, if you have even the smallest inkling that you'd like to do something within the agricultural industry, just go at it with full confidence. Women in farming is definitely becoming more accepted and more expected as well. And you are along the way going to have people that might question you, but you've just got to ignore it and prove them wrong, and just absolutely go for it and reach the goals that you set yourself, and there's absolutely nothing that can stop you.
There's nothing a woman can't do.
No. I think one of the proudest moments for me is probably the first time I ever buck break the silage. We do all our own silage here, and about 4 years ago my dad said, "You're going to buck break this year." And I remember being so scared, I was so worried about what might go wrong, and don't get me wrong, I made a few mistakes the first time I ever did it, but I did get through it in the end. And it got to the winter then, and we opened the silage plant up, and it had all fermented, and it looked really good quality. The cows were really enjoying it. And I just remember feeling really proud that I was able to be such a part of that process, and I'd got through it, and I've been lucky enough to do it every year since and keep improving on my skills.
It's definitely perceived as a man's world, and I think that's what's so amazing with us as a family is there's 3 women, and we're kind of proving that along with many other women that it's not a man's world at all, it's a people's world, and if you want to do it, just do it. So in 5 years' time, we are looking to definitely tighten up our calving block. So we really want to be making sure that we're calving everything in 2 months in spring and the same then in autumn. We've also recently, last year, we did an AI course together. So hopefully now we'll be doing all the AI ourselves. So if in 5 years' time we can have really high percentage rates of cows getting a calf from us AI-ing them, that would be the absolute dream.
Yeah, and with the new setup then, we recently put in a viewing gallery, so we're hoping to be able to bring in members of the public, and they'll be able to watch the milking, watch a little bit of the cows in their everyday life, and hopefully just educate people a little bit more and try and put farming in more of a positive spotlight and give people more of an understanding of how food is produced and the good work that goes into farming.
We are so lucky to have such supportive parents and a very supportive family, but yeah, our dad is just incredible. He really has never given up on us. He's never even flinched at the fact he had 4 girls. He was willing to give any of us a go. He never pushed us, which I think was really important, but he did encourage us. And you know, he still to this day gets us to jump on a scraper tractor or gets us to do something that we've never done before. And sometimes we completely mess it up, and he's never given up on us. He still gets us to try new things, and he's put a lot of faith and, into us as farmers. And I hope it's paying off for him, but we absolutely love it, and we couldn't ask for a better role model in our dad, yeah.
Yeah, definitely, and of course we've got to mention our mum as well, who is very much the same, very supportive, very encouraging, and I always remember she always says to me, as long as you're trying your best, that's all you can do. And that is really true, because sometimes you do go into a job on the farm and you feel really nervous, a bit low on confidence, but then I always remember she is right, as long as I'm trying my best, no matter how it turns out, I know I couldn't have done any better.
The best thing about farming is it isn't a job, it's our way of life, it's a lifestyle that we are living, and it is such a privilege to be able to be in it. I mean, the fact that we can contribute to such a beautiful landscape that Wales is, it's just an absolute honour, and I wouldn't want to be in any other industry.
The best part about farming for me is probably the fact I get to work with my best friend every single day. I couldn't be more lucky, to be honest. We're such a close family, and it just makes the job that little bit easier. Farming can be really challenging, it can be really hard, and when you have a friend by your side every day to help you through it, it really helps. I'm very grateful for that.